April 13th, 2022. Talk to you a little bit today about what's going on up there in New York. Are you noticing we're not just seeing it blowed up everywhere all over the news, constant coverage? Now, if that'd been anybody else that did it that was white, it would be all over the news, It would be racist did it, crazy white gunman shoots up subway, but we're not seeing that. Guys, it's also funny that this come out a couple days after Biden's new gun legislation he's wanting. You ever notice every time something they want to try to pass a law or something on guns, there's always a mass shooting happens pretty regular after it? Like I've said with the stuff over there in Russia and Ukraine, something's going on. We can all feel it. Something's not right here. What's y'all's thought on this? Do y'all agree that if it would have been, a white person that had shot up the subway, that it would be getting a lot more news coverage than what it's getting? From what I'm understanding, this guy, he had wrote stuff all over Facebook and stuff, talking all kind of crazy stuff on it. And somehow he still did this, he's able to do it. Somebody said he was on an FBI watch list up until a little while ago, maybe a year or two ago. But guys, look at how this is being covered. And honestly, do you think if it had been someone like me, that it would get a lot more coverage and automatically be called racist? That's just the way it is. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you don't like someone else just simply because of their color, you're racist. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be only white people are racist. I mean, you have racists in every race on earth, But we're not. It's confusing to me, but I also understand what they're doing, and you understand it too. It's not getting as much coverage. I mean, he went in a subway and just opened up on them people on the subway. And somehow I saw MD Creekmore earlier today said something about he had left his credit card there. I agree with MD Creekmore. Who leaves their credit card at something like that? None of this stuff makes sense anymore. It's just like every day they're coming up with something else to try to keep the panic and the chaos going and keeping everybody divided. That's the problem right now. They're trying to divide everybody in the United States. They want people staying just on their toes, just angry all the time. Guys, I don't know what to tell you about that. I would like to hear y'all's thoughts on it, Would it have been different if a white person had been posting that stuff all over Facebook and shot up a subway? Would it get more coverage, or would the first thing they would say, a racist shot up the subway? That's what I'm betting you would be hearing. I don't know why the man did it. Nobody does. Some people just snap. It's a fact of life. But guys, they're trying to drive a wedge between us all. They want us all bickering and fighting with each other, so we don't know, we don't pay attention to what they're actually doing. The government, what they're actually doing. Y'all know as well as I do, every time a gun legislation comes up, there's some kind of shooting that gets headlines on the news. This one here is not getting as many headlines as think about it. Think about it. The stuff over in Russia, we'll talk a little bit on it today. I've said from the start, it looked like he was staying in the east of Russia. He was launching, missiles and airstrikes into West Russia, or West Ukraine, I'm sorry. I never saw proof that he actually moved past the river. If you look at the map, the river runs, down eastern Ukraine and out into the Gulf there. And he stayed pretty much on that side of it. Who knows what he's going to do? There's reports that he's moving missiles and stuff up towards the Finland border there, since they're talking about getting in a NATO. This is all it's pre-planned to crash the world economy. It's that simple. Petrodollar, all this. We thought these sanctions, most of you thought, well, we're going to sanction them, it's going to hurt them. It didn't. Their ruble's trading about like it was before. Some of you'll say, well, it hurt them because, companies moved out, McDonald's moved out, or this and that. Who cares if McDonald's moved out? That's something I never understood, but I understood one thing. Back during the start of the the pandemic, you would see people get just absolutely furious, mad, because it took them so long to get something at McDonald's. They had to go through the drive-thru. They couldn't sit down and eat or something like that. That, if you paid attention to everything that went on to that, it gave you an eye-opening experience of what it would be like if the world just, crashed, if everything crashed. We saw people get mad because, McDonald's didn't have it. Cook at home. You can actually probably cook at home a lot cheaper than you can going out to eat. But we're in such a fast-paced society now that it's quicker to stop by and pick up a couple hamburgers than it is because you got kids in sports. I understand that. You're running around everywhere. But that showed us right there, if everything, when it does collapse, we're going to have all kind of problems. There's going to be people out there that cannot take care of themselves. And you've got to get in a position where you can take care of yourself. You need to be in a position where when something happens, you're not running out to that store. You're not running out, I need to go get, perfect example, a snowstorm. They're having a big blizzard up north up there. How many people do you think ran out and had to get, like here in the South, bread and milk and stuff like that because they're not prepared for it? They're not prepared for it at all. But here's the thing. They went out and got it because the weatherman predicted it was going to be snow, but you've got the president, you've got every economist, you've got every prepper channel, you've got a bunch of people telling you, hey, the economy's going bad, food's fixing to be short, you need to get out and get it. What do? Oh, we'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens and then deal with it when it comes here. Those are the people that's going to have to be running out to the store hoping they can get some food then, and it's going to be catastrophic when it happens. A lot of us know it, a lot of us see it. I'm rambling a little bit here today. There's a lot on my mind, but the shooting up there, something's not right with it. It's not being labeled a racist incident. I'm confused on that one. Some of the stuff he was posting, on his timelines and stuff. Anybody else of a white person who wrote that, it'd have been full-on racism, But guys, they're trying to drive a wedge between us. They're trying to keep us paying attention to something else while they're doing something over here. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. And guys, you've got to start getting prepared. Don't be the person that has to run to the store and get something when the world goes down. It's going to get bad. They're telling us there are going to be food shortages, but you're not seeing people go out and get stuff. Now, there is a lot more people that's getting into prepping, and I support that 100%. I get questions a lot, like, what do I need to start with? Start with your food. Get your food built up, your water built up, water purification systems and your security stuff. That's the best thing to do. Make sure you have enough food in your house at very minimum 30 days worth. Now, I'm not talking, it don't have to be the greatest, filet mignon every day you're going to eat filet mignon. Make sure you got enough calories in that house for whoever lives in that house for 30 days. 90 days is better, 6 months is better, a year is great, and get seeds, guys. Get seeds now. And if you're able to, if you've got canning supplies in your area, get them. Because in mine, they're becoming unicorns. You can't find them. They're not real, You're like, I know they got them, but I haven't seen them type deal. Guys, get out there and get prepped up the best you can. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Like or dislike the video, doesn't matter to me. Comment below. The more interaction I have with y'all, the higher up in the analytics I go. Thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. Feel free to share my videos. I hope everybody out there is having a good day. We're going to have storms in the south again, probably tonight and tomorrow. Everybody stay safe. Pay attention to the weather. And everybody just have a good day and get prepped up so you can be prepared when something happens. You're not the one having to run out and get something at the last minute. Everybody stay safe.